everyone. My name is Darlene. I'm from Bayside Community Network. Most of you know me as a program coordinator here. I just want to say that we miss all of you. The building's kind of quiet when you're not here, and we look forward to you coming back. Today I have a easy recipe for you to make. It's a dessert type cookie that is a no-bake. You can do it right in your microwave. It's been a recipe that's been around for quite some time. It's got several easy ingredients, and it's fairly healthy with the peanut butter and the oatmeal. You'll need a 1 cup measure, a 1/4 cup measure, and a 1/2 cup measure. You'll need a microwave safe bowl with a spoon to stir. You'll need a teaspoon for dipping it out and putting it on your sheet here, wax paper. You'll need a 1/2 teaspoon measure for the vanilla. And then for the ingredients, we have a cup of sugar, a 1/4 cup of milk, a stick of butter cut in half is a 1/4 cup, a 1/4 cup of cocoa, a 1/4 cup of peanut butter, and then the 1/2 teaspoon measure of the vanilla, and then 1 1/2 cups of oats. Now you can use quick cook oats, or you can use the full oats. I prefer the full oats because it gives you a chewier texture, but it's up to you how you want to do it. And then I have a bowl with some cool water in it to put it in once we take it out of the microwave to cool it down a little bit before we add the peanut butter and oatmeal. All right, so let's get started. First of all, you're going to put the first 4 ingredients into your microwave safe bowl. We've got a cup of the sugar. We've got a 1/4 cup of the milk. Let's put this over here because we're going to use that with that. We've got the 1/4 cup of margarine. Now remember, anytime you're cooking in the kitchen, you're going to want to wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water, which I've already done. And I'm going to use the 1/4 cup of cocoa. And I'm putting the dry ingredients of the cocoa in first before I put the peanut butter in here, so it'll come out easier. And then when you're usually you would use a knife to smooth it off so you have a flat measure of it. And margarine. Stir in, just making sure I'm following this. Peanut butter, oatmeal, and vanilla gets added last. So it's actually the sugar, milk, margarine, and the cocoa powder. So we've got the 4 ingredients in there. I'm going to set these aside. And you're going to microwave this for 1 minute. Oops, my shirt came up on there. Keep an eye on it as you see the butter melting and the milk. After a minute, you may need to do it for an additional 30 seconds. But after the minute, we'll stir it and see if it's all melted together. This is a recipe I really enjoyed when I was a child. It was one of my favorites, and it was one I was able to make myself. Now, if you take the margarine out of the refrigerator as well, that'll make it a little bit softer, so it'll melt. The melt time will be less. Of course, I had mine in the refrigerator, so it's taking a little longer to melt. All right, we're down to 3, 2, 1. I'm going to give it a quick stir. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see it, it's starting to get melted. And try to scrape down the powder and the sugar from the sides of the bowl. All right, so we're going to do it for a little bit more. We want it to be a smooth consistency. So I was going to do it for another 30 seconds under the time cook for 30. Now you may not need the full 30 seconds. So just keep an eye on it. Maybe after 15, when it gets down to 15, pull it out and stir it again. All right. Let me open it up and check it out. Give it a good quick stir. And we'll do it just for a few more minutes or a few more seconds. And then that should be done. And then I'm going to set it in this bowl of cool water. You don't want the bowl to be too full because when you set the other bowl down inside, it's going to have the water rise up around the outside. So just put a little bit in. There we go. And I'm going to set that in there. And I'm going to stir it. It's just going to help cool it down. While that's cooling a little bit, I'm going to measure out the oatmeal and the peanut butter. And I'm going to use this big spoon. Now it called for a 1/4 cup of peanut butter, and it's okay if there's cocoa on that because it'll all mix in. And again, you're going to push it down in there, smooth it off. Normally I would smooth it with a knife, but a little extra peanut butter won't hurt it. Put the peanut butter in it. And we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. And we're going to add our 1.5 cups of oats. Now I'm going to stir the peanut butter a little bit before I put these in. And maybe we'll smooth it off the sides. So we're smoothing the peanut butter and the vanilla in. And now I'm going to add the oatmeal. And it'll thicken up. And then what I like to do is after I've spooned it onto I put it on a cookie sheet, and I've spooned it onto the cookie sheet by teaspoonsfuls. I put it into the refrigerator so it sets up a little bit quicker, so I can have the snack a little bit faster than waiting for it to cool down. All right, so it should look like that when you're all done. Okay. So now we've had it where we've mixed all of our ingredients. Now we're going to just drop it by teaspoonfuls. I like a little bit bigger, so it doesn't matter what size you make it. And they're going to spread out a little bit. And it does make quite a bit, depending on the size or amount that you put on it. You can always go back and add to it before it sets up. This one looks a little sparse, so we'll add some more to that one. The recipe, like I said, I did it with half the ingredients. If you double it, it makes a lot. So if you're doing a little bit of a snack and you want to make some for later, you can put them in the refrigerator and keep them in the refrigerator. Add a little bit more to that one. As you can see, it can make quite a few. Don't ask me what the calorie count is on these because I don't know. I just know that 2 of the ingredients are good for you. More of that. They may not look the prettiest, but they sure do taste good if you really like a chocolate. And I like chocolate. And I like chocolate and peanut butter combination as well. Add a little bit more to that one. All right, and we are all done. And then what we'll do is we'll put this in the refrigerator and let it set up a little bit. And then once they're cool enough, you can just peel them right off and eat them. All right, guys, we put these in the freezer to set up a little bit faster, but there's 3 of them missing already. Wow, somebody got into them. I don't know. But this is what you can see when they're look like when they're set up.
What's your name?
Oh, we found the culprit.
This is the best cookie I've ever had in my whole life.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Just don't get a tummy ache from all of them that you've eaten.